Okay. Welcome, people of AA. This is Mangaverse, and we are going to discuss, our topic is genres of manga. So I am Fuyuko, and here we have and all our other guests, which are introduce yourselves.
Oh, hi. My name is Unity, but call me Booty or whatever you like. But hey,
I'm
oh,
Boz, and I'm back from the dead. Kind of, I'm a ghost. I don't exist on AA no more.
Okay, so apparently we speak to dead people now, and so here are some of the questions we have. What the first one is, what genres do you believe are the best in manga? Well, I feel like I don't know, romance and adventure because that mixes well together. I have a lot of I don't know manga that I've read like that. So yeah. What about you, Unity?
mine would have to be psychological
Of
because
course.
I just love psychology. I just like how like the mind games and stuff. So it's very fun. So yeah,
I kind of agree with that. I like psychological, but I also like horror a lot. But
yeah, same.
I don't kind of, when I read something, it's not kind of, I do it by the genre, but I don't. It's like, I prefer seinen over everything. What is a demographic? But some people see it as a genre, so I'll basically read anything that's that.
Mhm.
And
Okay,
most of
so yeah, what were you gonna say?
And I said like most of them are like psychologicals or horror. So
Okay, that's interesting. So our next question is, what manga best justifies for the best genre of manga and why? Well, this is really hard because I don't like picking my favorite for manga or anime because I read and watched so many, but I probably have to go with Immortal Rain because that's like a tearjerker for me, and it was really nice. So yeah. What about you, Unity?
Um, wait, is the question like what's like the like?
Yeah,
Can you
like
repeat?
since you said like what is your the best genre that you pick, so you would say which psychological manga do you
Oh
think
yeah,
best
yeah,
justifies for that?
yeah. I'm going with Akuno Hana. Is by far my favorite.
Okay.
Like Nakamura-san is just everything to me. Like I'm obsessed with her. Like she's my waifu. She's my everything.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cheating on me, eh?
it's not cheating if they're 2D.
Okay. What about you, dead man?
Uh, Mine's hard because again psychological, and I really can't decide between two. But
Mhm.
it's either Monster because I think that's one of the best psychological manga you can kind of read, and it ends so well. And it just incorporates everything that a psychological manga should. But then on the other hand, you have most probably my actual favorite, what is Osasaima Pun Pun. I most probably just butchered the name of that. I don't even care. But that was so psychological that it made me rethink my life. So yeah,
Okay, so our next
Pun Pun.
question is what's the most read genre for you? And mine is romance, or if you want to say shoujo, because that's all I technically read. Or like that's I don't know, somehow I'm entertained by that. But yeah. So what about you, Unity?
Um, I would say action, but then I recently found out that a lot of people like mecha for some reason, which sucks. But
I'd say like more people watch Mecha than they read it.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say action.
Yeah.
Because I think like the most probably viewed is most probably battle manga or adventure mangas, like where all the shonen stuff is. They're usually an adventure or battle series or something like that. And they're always at the top of everyone's reading list, or they're always the most read things or most produced by Shonen Jump. Like you look at something like One Piece and the manga is everywhere, or you look at Naruto and everyone's always going on about it. And so it's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, because they have like more of a thrill, I guess.
It's most probably the thing I read the most as well, just because there's so much of it and it's just so easy to read and I can just plow through it.
Yeah. So what do you think is like the least read genre? I don't know, but I'm gonna have to leave like ecchi and something like that out because I feel like that's more read than others, but probably I guess sports. Yeah.
It's exactly what I was gonna say.
I mean, like there's not that many manga for sports, so it's probably the least.
I would say military and historical are the least read.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I never see anyone talk about that or see any mangas about that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Well, there's probably a lot of historical ones, but like it doesn't really point it out. It's just like sort of a character or something like is symbolic to history in the manga or anime, but yeah.
They're usually not like historical ones, but just set in like a time or place where like it's similar to some part of history, but there's very few that actually like proper history based. Like here's one in like 1920 Britain or some crap, where like most places will like take like a time period and lay it on something. And then you got sport. Well, I just kind of think more people again watch anime for sport ones because it's just easier for them to get the grasp of the sport. But that's really bad because like things like how many do you know Ippo, people miss out on what's like a really good sports manga, and everyone likes Kira no Basket and Hakush U or whatever it's called. Gay volleyball.
or like free.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's a manga from your least read category that you didn't enjoy and why? Well, I have no idea, but I'm just gonna pick the category, but I don't have a specific manga. But I feel like school life isn't that like entertaining. It's just sort of boring to me because there's not that much an adventure, thrill, or something like to keep you going so involved with the manga. But yeah, what about you, Unity?
Man, I would say let me look. Domu. Has anyone? I think Domu is the least read.
What's that?
So, yeah. Domu is about this old man who like terrorizes the neighborhood and kind of like he drives people to commit suicide.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Never heard of it.
It's on my reading list.
It's very good. I like it.
So what was the question specifically?
Like what's a manga from your least read category that you didn't enjoy?
From your least read? Fuck me, do I know? I read so much that I just like plow through it all, and then I'm like, there's like 50 shit things I've read this week, and to be honest, I couldn't tell you the names of them just because they're that bad.
Like, I can't keep track of how much I read.
Yeah, but I do know that if I was to take something for my worst, it'd most probably be slice of life, and then I'd have to narrow it down to a show or a manga called Kanekon, what is most possibly the worst cancer I've ever laid my eyes on.
Why is that?
It's just really badly written. The characters are awful, and then to top it off, the ending. Basically, the ending. Spoiler alert of this. They're having a dream, and in this dream, they do the dance of baby making.
What?
And then they come out of they come out of this dream, and the girl is somehow pregnant and has a child. And at that point, I was like, "Fuck you, I'm done."
Okay.
Okay.
So we don't need like that sexual thing to produce babies anymore, guys.
Nope. You just need to dream it. Apparently, and you become pregnant now. Babies are just in your imagination. Imagination sex.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do that tonight, guys.
Yeah. Don't read that. Don't read it. Just don't read that manga.
I don't
Actually,
plan
what's
to.
called? What's it called?
Kanekon.
Oh,
Wait, I'll type it in.
I'm gonna read that.
I read it like a good 2 years ago. I think that's how it's spelled. But I read it a good 2 years ago, and I regret it every day. And I usually tell people to read it because it's so bad. Like, it's on the level of bad where when you compare it to something like School Days, School Days still looks decent. It's just a shit series. Just no.
Is it as bad as Sword Art Online?
Oh, so much worse.
Oh my god.
So much. It has no redeeming features. Like, none.
Oh.
Like, the man who drew and wrote that manga should literally be crucified for his crimes against manga. I'm not even joking.
Oh my god.
Let's just move on. Let's move on.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Terrible task, though. I see.
It made me come back from the dead.
Oh, it's that bad. Okay.
They threw it in with my coffin, and I was like, I'm not resting with this.
Okay, so now we're like gonna go over like the genres we have listed of manga, and we're gonna like explain why we like or dislike them, and like why you read or you don't read them. So the first one we have is action, and I sort of like action because gives you thrill, makes you have like a motivation to actually keep going into reading manga. So yeah.
Action is good to me. I mean, I don't really read it a lot, but it's good, I guess. But it's not my cup of tea.
I read a lot of action, and I just like fast paced, and like most battle manga are action, and I read a lot of those because why the hell not?
Because like why not? Okay,
Yeah.
so next is like the adult, and this is for like the rated R stuff.
Mm.
Yes.
I probably have read one of these before, but it was like yaoi, and
Does adult include hentai?
yeah.
As I do
adult
not see it on the
includes
list.
hentai,
Okay.
Woo!
You.
But it's okay. Yeah, continue to you, Unity.
My favorite genre. Where is it?
Oh, where is the time?
Okay. But I love adult kind of stuff because I just like how sexual it can get. Like,
Okay.
but like zero chill. And sometimes it's funny at times. Like, my favorite adult like manga would be like Resort Bowen. It's like it's basically hentai, but like Yeah, it's just amazing. Like the artwork is. It's
Does it
just.
like have comedy with it?
Oh no, it's just sex.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you why adult is the best genre and the
Oh
best
my
genre only. I shall tell you right now. And it is because of one manga and one manga only. And everyone needs to read it. Go out and read Golden Boy. If you don't, then you're an idiot. It's hilarious. It has hentai sex in it, and it's brilliant.
Okay, you can
Actually, I'm
just
not
call
sure if
me
it
an
does.
idiot right now.
I'm gonna read
You're-
that.
Read Golden Boy. It's literally the best thing ever. Apart from the ending. That like it has no ending though, what is the only bad thing. But I actually most probably do read the most adult stuff because adult kind of includes a lot. It includes a lot of seinen. Like lots of people include Berserk as adult because it has sex scenes and such. So I'd say it's my most because it's such a broad thing, and I read a lot of seinen, and a lot of seinen is adult. So, and then there's a lot of hentai, and no shame, I've read a lot of that just for research purposes.
I don't
Generally
know.
not even.
Yeah.
I generally mean actual research purposes, not the joke of research purposes.
Oh, okay, okay. Whatever you say.
Whatever I say.
Okay, next we have adventure. I don't really know about this. Like, obviously you go out and seek adventure, but like it's probably cool because like it's not in the same setting as like constantly being, I don't know, in the same town, and it just you explore something, so I guess it's cool.
Adventure is cool. Like my number one favorite adventure manga is the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. That's fucking amazing. I fucking
5 million
love
people just jizzed their pants.
I
think I
live
was
for
one
that
of
manga.
them.
I live for it. I
Too
live.
much info.
Okay,
What
God.
about you, dead man?
I basically include adventures the same as action. Like I said, it's basically all in that one. Like where there's an action manga, it's most likely to be a adventure one as well. So I have the
Yeah.
same opinions on that.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to comedy. I obviously love comedy because it makes me laugh, and I love to laugh. I don't know. Sometimes I just like punny jokes, and that just like cracks me up. So yeah.
I have to agree. I love comedy. I love comedy as long as it's not silly. You know what I mean? Like it's.
No.
You know what, Fu?
You both of you just break it up, and I have the one reason why you should like comedy, and one reason only, and that's Golden Boy.
Oh my
Go
god.
read Golden Boy. I'm joking. I read a lot of comedy because my life is so bleak and depressing, and I need cheering up at lonely times.
Oh.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, I shall cry myself to sleep while watching Assassination Classroom. Reading.
Okay, next we have is drama, and like, I don't have enough drama in my life, so I just like go onto a manga that has one and just feel like I have that drama,
Yeah, I like drama too, cause like drama can be suspenseful. It's just like, will she break up with him? Will she?
Okay.
It's just amazing. So, yeah.
I don't read much drama, and I don't know why. I honestly I don't get too many things that are classed under drama. That's most probably because I don't read a lot of romance, and a lot of romance has drama. So
Yeah. I think it like makes romance better because if you just like have the like if it just continues with the couple and there's like nothing to, get in their way, it's not really
Yeah.
that entertaining. So that's sort of good. But next we
Exactly.
have fantasy. I don't read a lot of fantasy, but it can be entertaining at times.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of fantasy. I don't like it.
I read, I think, like, from what I can remember, there's like only 3 main manga that I read that can be classed as fantasy, and that's Berserk, Yubel Blout, and some other title. And apart from that, I haven't really touched on fantasy. So, yeah.
I would think of Berserk as horror.
Yeah, Berserk I count as horror and fantasy. It has a lot of fantasy aspects, like fairies and so on and blah, blah, blah. And it is classed under that. And that's why when I read something that's fantasy, if I find something that's fantasy and it's actually really good, usually.
Okay.
Okay, so next we have Harmon. I usually read reverse Harmons, but I don't really like the ones with the guy as the main protagonist because, like, it just sort of sometimes when it involves the guy as the main character, it involves Ichi or, like, perverted stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, I used to read a lot of harems, but then it got shitty as the harem.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It did, and I just stopped enjoying it. And so, yeah.
Like, you can't find a lot of it.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
good one.
find any that I like. Like, to me, it's all the same thing.
Mhm.
And I don't want to read the same damn thing every goddamn time. So, no.
Well, I'm about to preach and open your eyes to the magical world of harem. It might be the best genre ever made simply because what you said. It's all the same. And so it's so simple to read. So I've literally half my manga list is harem manga and anime from both perspectives. It is like half of what I have watched. Just because it's so easy to pick up and the characters are usually the same and so they're easier to understand and you kind of already know what's going to happen. And the thing with harem, I don't usually include it in romance as well because I kind of see romance as like ones that take it in a more realistic direction, where a lot of harems don't have a definite end with a definite girl. I've read like well over 200 and not even like half of them end with him with a girl at the end or something. And I just think it's a really good genre. If you've read enough of it, then you can just kind of read all of it because you just kind of get used to it. And do you want to know what also is a part of this genre? Something great called Golden Boy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Okay, so now we have this thing called horror. And I think it's really entertaining. I don't know. Sometimes you can't predict what's going to happen next because, like, But, so yeah. I don't read enough of it. I should.
Wait, we're on horror?
Yeah, we're on
Yeah.
horror.
Oh, I love horror so much. I like really gory horror where like it's just a lot of blood and intestines everywhere, like Corpse Party. So, yeah.
You know when you just get that feeling where you just want to cut a motherfucker up?
Oh my
That's
goodness.
when that's when I know that I need to read a horror manga. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, that decapitation. Sitting there. It doesn't matter what he's doing. He just murdered 3 children. I don't even care. That was an entertaining scene. He's skull fucking his grandma. That's none of my business. But that's a good fucking scene. And that's why I love horror.
Oh my
Butchering
god.
children and skull fucking grandmas. That is
Beautiful.
literally why I love horror. Because anything is possible.
Oh.
And the killing of children, the worst things in possible history. Children.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, like half of the horror anime or manga revolves around kids dying, and it's the greatest.
That's so terrible.
It's so great. Just look at what you said. Corpse Party is about a group of annoying, whiny bitches who just get killed by a ghost for the remainder of the fucking manga.
Okay.
Do you want to know why it's so great? Because things like that give me the scenes where I can see a girl hang herself and then shit and piss herself and laugh.
Oh.
If you remember that scene.
I do. That was funny.
Exactly. That shit's fucked up. That's the sort of shit I need in my life. I need fucked up shit. That is what I'm all about. And horror gives me that urge.
You're drunk, go home, boss.
I'm not drunk. I just spit mad truth rhymes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so next up we have mecha, and I haven't read enough, or I don't think I have read a manga involving mecha, so I have no word in this.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I'm not a fan of mecha. Just not my cup of tea.
I've read like one mecha like manga, and that's Neon Genesis, and it is really good, but I have never found anything else that I've liked in the mecha genre of manga apart from Neon Genesis. What I think the manga is way better than the anime. Controversial. But yeah, that's my opinion on mecha.
Okay, so next we have mystery. I love mystery. Like, I'm all about that solving problems, such. And, yeah, but I think I should read more of it because I'm like too involved with romance.
Yeah, I like mystery too. You know, I just like suspense and
Yeah.
cliffhangers. It's just like, wait, what the fuck is about to happen?
You like cliffhangers? I hate
Yeah,
those.
I like cliffhangers because then it just keeps me wondering what's gonna happen, and I get to imagine in my mind all the possibilities that could happen. So yeah, I enjoy it.
Mystery might be the thing I hate the most. Just
What?
it's because I look at things like Detective Conan and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, not this again. And I'm just looking at the kid and I'm reading. I'm like, somebody needs to kill you. You need to die. And then shows and mangas like Erase show up and I read them and I'm like, what's all the fucking hype about? And it just annoys me. And I'm just standing here looking at mystery mangas like, okay, fuck this shit. I don't need this. I don't care if you found the mystical spooge ghost from a fucking key you found behind the lockers. I don't care. That's not a mystery.
Call
Do you
him
want to know
Ghost
the only? Yeah. Do you want to know the only good mystery show? That is what the fuck is it called? Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories is the only good mystery show because of the dub.
The
Go
dumb.
watch Ghost Stories.
I think Ghost Sick is a nice anime, but we're like talking about manga here, so
Yeah.
next we have
The
psychological.
manga is also good.
Psychological.
Okay, I have not read anything in this category, so I'm gonna give it to you.
You. Ooh, really?
Oh.
I feel like I just killed a dog.
You did. You killed my heart. How could you?
Oh, this is the reason I hate people.
I'm sorry.
So, after food just hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
For psychological, I am your girl for psychological. I love psychological. That's kind of the only thing I read besides other ones, but psychological is just my main one. And My favorite psychological out of all time would have to be Hideout. That was really good to me. It was just it was amazing. I loved it.
Oh, oh God, still recovering. Uh, Psychological is the one thing that you haven't read, yet it's most probably the best and has the best stuff to offer. And and you like mystery. Mystery is the poor man's psychological.
Right, but you don't read psychological. How?
I read psychological. It's just that mystery is so simple and just tedious. Where psychological shows and you just read them and it's getting inside your head and you're like, fuck me. What is the universe? What is life? What is everything? What is the concept of life and death? What is right and wrong?
No wonder I haven't read that category yet.
Yeah. The best thing to offer, if you want to know what I'm talking about in that section, is Pun Pun. Just read Pun Pun. It will change your life.
Okay.
I like how psychological comes up with, like, you read it and they say these really depressing quotes, but then it has you thinking.
Yeah,
Like,
it's great. It also reminds me of how many people are worse off than me in the head. I'm like, that guy's really fucked up and psychological. I'm like, he has some deep psychological scars, and I'm just sitting here like, I relate to this man. He's worse than me.
Okay, next up we have my favorite genre, which is romance. But like,
but you don't read psychological.
I'm sorry. I'll read one for you, okay?
We just found the definition of manga's basic bitch.
Okay. Just call me that for now if you want. I don't know. I guess I didn't have enough of that love. I don't have enough love given to me, so I have to read it.
I like romance. I like having love in my life because I don't have anyone to like show love to. So yeah, romance is cool. I like Sailor Moon a lot.
Oh yeah, you do.
Oh, says the girl who doesn't read psychological.
Shut up.
I have a hate-love relationship with romance, for the fact that it's so unrealistic most of the times that I can't read it. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, this is the stupidest decision you could possibly ever make. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, this would not happen in real life. These situations don't happen. And it really annoys me. What people may be like, oh, but you're okay with a harem manga. But that's because that's different and that's trying to be silly and unrealistic. Where if you get a romance show, I'm reading that because I think it's trying to show you what romance is really like. And then when they don't do that and it makes it seem unrealistic and have bad expectations, I really don't like it. But if they actually pull it off well, I really like romance. That's the thing.
Next we have school life, which is very boring. Like that usually. What?
Can we just skip this? Nobody likes school life.
Okay. Okay.
Let's speak.
I'm sorry, it's the truth.
That's true. That's really true. Like when I come across it, even in romance, I just have to skip that because it's.
I feel like school life is unrealistic because it gives you nothing to relate to in actual school. So.
Plus, we're not Japanese, so we kind of don't understand their school system.
Right.
Yeah. The only school like life thing I have ever been able to read is Assassination Classroom, because it's completely different. It's not your normal school life manga. So yeah, just that's all that needs to be said. Fuck school life. Move on.
Next we have sci-fi. I think it's cool. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I haven't read much sci-fi. I've only just started reading bits of it. Like what was it? Battle Angel. I started reading what's really good, and so on. Yeah, it's good shit, but you just haven't read enough of it. And there's not much of it made. That's the problem. There are not enough sci-fi made. They need to start drawing more of that shit.
Like good enough sci-fi.
Yeah, it's just there's not very much of it, and there's like half of it isn't even good. It's like a chore to find any. Like the only ones I've like found that are decent, I think, is like I think one called Biomega, and then like I was saying, Battle Angel, Atla, Alita, or whatever, however it's pronounced, and then so on. There's not many good ones.
Okay. On the next one we have on the list, I can't pronounce, so somebody read it to me.
Seinen.
Seinen.
What were you gonna say?
Seinen.
Okay.
Semen.
It's not. Do not be dissing the best demographic ever made. It's not even a genre. It's a fucking demographic.
Okay. So, do you want to go over the demographics?
We can do.
Okay.
Here, I want Boss to go because I don't read much semen.
Okay. You most probably do. That's the thing. Seinen is basically, do you know, shoujo is, and seinen, shoujo, and shonen are all demographics, what a lot of people don't seem to understand, where shoujo and shonen are aimed at boys and girls between the ages of 11 to 16, and seinen and I forget what the girl version is called, are aimed at people 18 plus, so like 18 to 40. And most seinen anime or manga will usually consist of a psychological theme or an adult theme or a horror theme and so on. So if you read a seinen manga, it will most probably be something psychological or something horror, or seinen is just like a demographic that includes everything and holds no bars, and you won't usually find something it has unrealistic expectations. Like you won't find something like Naruto where the character just randomly powers up or some shit, or you won't have like, it's actually where you most probably also find the best romance manga, because it's like romance written for adults, so they kind of know what the fuck they're doing. And it's kind of just the best interpretation of manga you can most probably find is most probably in seinen. So the fact that Unity is saying she hasn't read any is something I find to be bullshit if she's a true psychological fan. So that is the breakdown of demographics.
Well, thank you for that, Buzz.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for telling us.
So,
what
do you want to go over shoujo?
You mean, do you want me to also explain shoujo?
No, I just thought you want to go over that genre.
Shoujo, like I said, shoujo is not a genre, it's a demographic.
Well, I mean like a demographic, I'm sorry.
Shoujo is like another demographic. Basically, it's aimed at girls, and that's where you find just Sailor Moons and so on, and shows like that.
Excuse me,
it's like,
Sailor Moon is amazing.
Yeah, it's basically the female version of shonen. Like shonen is usually made up of a lot of battle manga and so on, and it's aimed at young teenagers, and that's why you have things like Fairy Tail to have so much fan service, because they know they can just sell it through that. And that's why you have big action things with Naruto with explosions, and then you have the kind of ones that are creeping up to the older viewers like Bleach that have more blood and older themes, and Attack on Titan and so on, and just basic shonen shit.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can skip the last demographic one. So now it's like a slice of life I feel like that's boring because I don't feel like just watching somebody go to the bathroom and like doing their whole life routine thing. But that's just me.
Yeah, I have to agree. I just don't like watching somebody's life. I want something that has drama, like at least put it sexual things in it. Oh, but don't
Cause I
just show
got that
me you
sexual
going to
healing.
work or whatever. I want something that's exciting.
She wants something that makes her go wet in the pants, basically.
Oh yeah, I'm wet right
Disgusting human beings. Oh, you disgust me.
now.
Nah, slice of life is much like slice of school life. It's the same shit. I don't need that.
School life.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. If you find a slice of life show, it's usually a school show as well.
Yeah. And now we have sports. I watch sports anime, but I've never really read a manga related to sports. Well, yeah, I have, but it involves romance, and I wouldn't really technically include that as a sports one.
I like sports. It's fun, I like watching people win and lose. Like Kaijo. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's I'm gonna say Kaijo. It's very fun, and it's kind of edgy a little bit too because they're like kind of fighting each other with their
Yeah,
butt.
no wonder you like it.
Oh, Kaijo! Gotta love Kaijo.
So yeah.
Yeah. The problem, I read, I've been reading a lot more sports manga, and there's one problem I find with it, and it's the problem that seems to be arising to attract more female attention.
Oh.
And it's the fact that if it's a team sport, it will not be any team sport, and it will be a team sport with loads of men. They'll be huge and hunky, and it will just turn into a gay romance like thing. It will just have so much homosexual vibes, like gay volleyball. There's one. Then
Like
there's
free.
yeah.
Oh, good thing
Then
you
there's
get here.
gay, and then there's gay
Free.
swimming, like free, and then gay basketball, and then recently there's also gay free running and gay bicycles and gay everything. It's just so gay. They just make
Amen.
it so gay for the female readers.
Don't do
And then
free. Free is
and then
everything.
when you
I love
find
gay
a good
swimming.
and when you find a sports manga that doesn't have complete homosexual vibes, it's usually a lot better. Like I like gay volleyball. Gay volleyball is great. I like that show. I've read so many of those chapters, but I've also tried to read gay basketball, and gay basketball is just awful. Just fuck Kira no basket in that gay shit right there. If you want this is a shout out to everyone. If you're tired of homosexual sports manga and anime, stop reading them and find a decent one like Hemiji no Ippo, the boxing show. It's great. Watch it. Read it. Actually, yeah, read it. It's great. That's all I have to say. Fuck anyone else's opinion. Read Ippo. It's great. It's most probably the best thing written in the sports genre and most other genres. Dead man's advice.
I just put that on your will.
Yeah.
Now we have Supernatural. And yeah, I don't read much of that either. So I'll just give you to you, Unity.
I think Supernatural kind of ties in to horror a little bit, but yeah, Supernatural is cool, but it can't be like just stupid. So yeah, excuse my sister, please.
I like supernatural stuff as long as it's on the horror side, because that's usually when it's done right, and that's basically what I have to say about that.
Okay. Now we have Tragedy. This, I just, sometimes I just need to get some tissue, a box of tissues, and just like, you know, cry myself. 'Cause
That's not what you're using those tissues for.
okay. Okay.
That was a good one. Um,
Uh,
Oh, you caught
I like
me.
tragedy. I like how when someone dies after a series of events. I like when people die and stuff and it gets sad. So it's kind of like psychological to me a little bit, but yeah, shit, tragedy is good.
a lot of like horror manga and psychological tragedies. And like I said, I just like to see somebody's life fall apart. I just
Huh.
like to see them at their lowest part. I'm watching and I'm like, your life is so bad right now. Mine cannot be any worse.
Oh my god.
Literally, I just watch it to watch other people suffer. I just read that shit all the time, and I'm just like, I feel better about myself now. Like, it's not so bad. This guy right here, he went to Africa and got locked in a coffin for 6 days. This is great. I'm living the life. Again, read Pun Pun. Great. It's
Oh
got
my
tragedy in it.
goodness. Okay, now we have Yaoi. I've read a few of these.
I'm just going to just skip me for these last two, as I read them, but I don't, and I'm just not even going to give my opinion because
Why
I'll
not?
get the whole
Talk about
fan
it.
base-
Talk about
because of the whole fan bases will cancel me.
Yes, so what? Fuck them.
Oh yeah, I'm not on AA anymore. Fuck these. Doesn't matter.
Right, so say what you feel. Okay, go for
It's just, you know, like entertaining sometimes, you know, like wink wink, and yeah, gotta love that boy love, yeah.
Oh, I love me some yaoi. Oh, yes. Oh, I live for it. My favorite one is I think it's called Corsair. It's Corsair. It's amazing and it's historical too. And it's just like boys kissing and making out. And like and it's another one. It's called I'm sorry if I get this wrong. I think it's called World's Greatest Love Story, and it's just amazing. It's
Shit.
everything. So yeah, you go, boss. Say
I'm
your.
going to address these both at the same time. I do not like either of these genres, and not for reasons of what you're most probably going to think. The reason I don't like them is because I don't think they represent gay people very well or lesbians very well. They overdo it. They make it seem like a weird fantasy of people that don't actually exist.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bad. I think they don't understand what these people actually want. It's fun to read, but when you apply it to a real life situation, like, it's not like this. It's not like this at all. And I'm all for gay people. Like, I have like loads of gay friends. Of course I do. I'm at uni. There's tons of them here. You'll get used to that when you go to uni. But basically, I just don't think it represents them very well. And yeah, it's enjoyable to read, but it's just not what I would read. I'd rather spend my time reading something else, especially as, like, it just takes no interest in me. I'd rather read something like a psychological than yaoi or yuri manga, because I just think it's a waste of time when I don't think it represents people very well from that community. Rant out.
Okay,
Fuck the
so,
fans.
Yeah, I would agree with that because like when you do apply it to real life, it's very unrealistic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You don't see, like, you're reading it and I'm like, I don't see gay people doing this shit all the time. Like, that's not what works.
Yeah.
They don't even get it right. They don't even lube up or anything. What is this? If you're getting in that man's ass, you're gonna need lube.
Oh god.
That's not even like a joke. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true of anyone. That's even true with girls. Advice. Always use more lube than you think you need.
Okay. I'll be sure to do that. Okay, so Yuri, did Fu die? Yep, she died. So Yuri, Yuri is pretty cool. I like it. You know, it's still realistic at times, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I have already given my opinion, and now we are just waiting for Fu.
Oh, I'm right here.
Ah, she is here.
Talk about Yuri.
Oh, Yuri? I think it's like decent, but like sometimes they go overboard. And
Overboard.
yeah. I don't know,
say.
like the sexual activity.
Okay. That is all, folks.
That is all the genres. At least all of the main ones, or if we missed any, then, you know, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe next time. So,
yeah.
Thank you to all the watchers, and who has any last words?
Flame me all you want. I'm not on air anymore, so fuck you.
I just have to say, fuck bitches, get money.
Oh, that's nice.
Also read Golden Boy and Pun Pun.
I will most surely do that.
And Kanakon, the worst thing ever to be written in existence. Just so you can understand my hate.
And Fu?
I have no words to say.
For fuck's sake. Okay, thank you all so much. You know, I'll be in your booty hole tonight. So
I'll be
waiting.
Yes, wait for me.
Filthy weeaboos.
Subscribe.
Like me on Instagram.
Subscribe for more booty holes.
Follow me on Snapchat. You know what it is.
You can find me on Bookaboz at I'm Too Drunk at I Don't Care.
Catch me on Pornhub at any time at night.
Hashtag 420.
I'll be waiting there beating my meat at 4:30 a.m.
Okay.
I hope none of this is put in.
Boy, are you